Hi, my name is Deb and this is my first Flosstube. I have done this video a few times and I am astonished at the amount of ums that I have used. So I'm going to be really strong and try and not to use Little bit about me. I'm a foster carer. I have been fostering for over 15 years. I have a sibling group of 3. Their ages are 11, 12 and 13, and they'll probably be with me until they start their own families, or so they tell me. I also do short-term care and respite, usually for my girlfriends, because most of my girlfriends are foster carers too. I was introduced to the world of Flosstube about 6 months ago by my enabler, and I know we all have one. My enabler's name is Miss Chrissy. Her Instagram is NIcstitches, and we used to meet once a week and we'd do sewing. I'm technically an English paper piecer. I like doing a lot of the handwork, and with my work with my kids, I'm always in appointments or OT, speech therapy, that type of thing. So I usually like something to grab and do. So I'm not much of a quilter on a sewing machine. But just show you a little bit of my English paper piecing, because now this is sort of non-existent since I've started cross stitch again after I think about 25 years. This is Pollinate. It's a beautiful quilt by Kitty Wilkin, the night quilter, and it's distributed by Karen Tripp, and she's the do-it-yourself addict on Instagram. So I have finished most of this part of the quilt and the bee, and I've done a few of these big rosettes. This is a start of another rosette. Basically, I buy the papers, I cut out the material, then I slowly stitch it back together. So I think if I have pieced, cut and glued most of those pieces. So if I had another maybe 6 weeks and did nothing but this, then I'd probably have a finished quilt. But now with cross stitch, I don't think that's going to happen. So I do try and at least stitch on this about once a week. I've been a bit addicted to Flosstube since I was introduced to it. A lot of my favourites are Priscilla and Chelsea. They're everyone's favourite. And I've binge watched all of their episodes. I've also binge watched Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. I just love everything that she stitches, and I also really enjoy her book reviews at the end. We tend to read the same sort of books, and yeah, so I really enjoy her hour-long Flosstubes. As well as Priscilla, I watch Married with Stitches. They're 2 guys and they are a cack. They bounce off each other. They're hilarious. I don't think they mean to be half the time, but they are. And they've just started Fortnight Fabrics, where they do a lot of, Derek does a lot of his hand dyed of even weave and linen, and I just love the results. So I've signed up for next year for their fabric of the month. So I'm really looking forward to that. Another person I watch, or I've just started watching, is NIcstitches. She is a cat. She's a floss tuber that watches footy at the same time, and I just love her sass. She's funny, her facial expressions, she's just a joy to watch. Also, a newie I've found is Forensic Stitcher. I like a lot of the things she stitches, and she's just so easy to listen to, and that. Who else? Jen Lee of 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. I have binged all her episodes and was really excited about the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, And I have found that when I first did my first 24 hours, I only made it to 18. And the next time I did the next session, 3 months later, I actually volunteered for team sleep. So that's good because you get to do your 24-hour stitches over 2 or 3 days. There's really no rules. It's all up to you. Jen also has brought out her 24-hour cross-stitch journal. It contains all her worksheets that she usually does every month for all the challenges and just for the whips and things like that. And you can find that planner under Quirk and Stitches in her Etsy store, and it's a great tool to have to keep just keep a list, a tally, all that sort of stuff. But I really like it. So another person I like to watch is it Stitching with Michelle Mcgraw? Yeah, I love everything that she stitches. She's easy to listen to. She always is in all the stitch-alongs that I'm in, the Universal Monster and the Chopping Mall. And she does have some other like big Disney things, or Harry Potter. She has great Harry Potter stitching patterns, the same with the Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. I don't have any haul. I do tend to buy a lot, and since I became reintroduced to the world of cross stitch, I found in Australia to try and find the patterns that Chelsea and most of the other floss tubers in America stitch, like Plum Street Samplers, Little House Needleworks. They were just hard to source. Shops would only have 1 or 2 of like 30 designs. So rather than pay the big postage costs and ship my patterns from the US, I actually opened up a wholesale account, and now on my website, Frog Cottage Designs, I have added a Lost in Floss page. And what I have on that page is a list of all. I've got over 100 patterns, classic colour works, floss, as well as some Weeks dye works as well. I also have project bags, like my Harry Potter project bags, street water. I've tended to go through my quilting stash and whip up a few of the project bags in my quilting material. Might as well use it for something. So what I'll do is I'll show you a little bit of some of my whips. Going back to the Universal Monster, Michelle Mcgraw. I saw on her website, on her Flosstube, she was doing the Universal Monster stitch along. I haven't done much on my Haunted House frame, and I did start on my rooms and got discouraged when on my Phantom of the Opera I was missing a whole row, so I'm not sure what I did there. So I'm still debating whether I'll just pull all the curtain off, because I don't want to undo the organ and everything, and just redo it and make it fit, I think. But I love this. Look at this. The mummy and his little pussycat. Yeah. And Frankenstein. I love all of the Witchy Stitches designs. Where's my other one? The other one that the Witchy Stitcher has out, if I can find the picture. I only print out the pattern, so not necessarily the colour final picture, but there's a little bit to show you of what that is. But I've been working on this one for the last 3 days. Just Christmas. Where are we? Yeah. And I just love all those colours. I'm stitching this on a Picture This Plus 28 count Haunted Lugano, just even weave fabric that I got from 123 Stitch. Most of my stitching is done on 28 even weave. I like The linen, this actually, the Universal Monster, upside down, was on a Cashel light blue, well no one, ice blue linen, but I decided to grunge it up and tea dyed it as per Priscilla and Chelsea's tea dye and coffee tutorial, and I really like the way that grunged up that material. Yeah. Another one I've been working on is Lizzie Kate Halloween Rules. It's probably not a good picture on that, but it's also on a 28 even weave, which I tea and coffee dyed. I've only got 4 of those on there at the moment. Let me just, there. Yeah, they're quite cute. I like those. There's not a lot of colour changes in those, so they're quite quick to stitch, but of course I get called on to do something else. Another one that I'm doing is Plum Street Samplers. This is Fox View. And I think this one's on a Lagana 28. Yeah, they're so cute, these stacks. I think I'm going to do the Sloth Trio next. I forget, Tired Trio by Plum Street Samplers. I love that one. That one is just gorgeous. And I don't have much to do on that actually. A couple more flowers and it's finished. But chopping more was calling me. What else do we have? I don't tend to stick to a rotation. I just stitch what takes my fancy. And here's one. This is With Thy Needle and Thread. Oh, we got cotton on there. This is, what's this one called? Mother Hen and Her Chicks, I think. No, just Hen and Her Chicks. And it's actually quite tiny. When I stitched that up, I was expecting something a bit bigger, but I think that'll make a gorgeous little pillow just to put on the buffet behind me, which needs to be filled up since I decluttered it. Now it's empty. Also, I've got onto the bandwagon. Everybody's doing the Farmhouse Christmas series. I've actually just picked a few of my favourite ones, and I think I'll do either 4 across and then another 4 underneath. I'm not sure how I'll finish that yet, but I just love that. Those colours are cute, especially that little red pickup truck. That's cute. I haven't done that for a while. Well, Christmas is over, so no hurry on that one now. I also have some finishes, but I just didn't get around to it before Christmas to finish. That's, where are we? The Be Merry. That's a Little House Needlework. Who's next? This is I'm a Flake, or He's a Flake. That one's quite cute. Has he got a nose? Yes, he has. So I'll just make them into little ornaments. This one's from the Frosty Forest range. I think it's the Snowman's House or something. And I think this one's called Christmas Cheer. When I found I wasn't going to be able to finish those, oops, it went away. So I'll pull it out at a later date. I am thinking of next year doing 1 ornament a month, which might help me a little bit stay on track with those. Just move that out of the way. Another stitch along is the Cunning Stitches, I think on Facebook, which is the Harry Potter Letters from Hogwarts. I'll just double this over. I love this Hedgeridge. Look at him. One of the ladies on the Facebook group did him in greys, and I had to have her chart. I thought he was just adorable. The original chart is for browns, I think, And Hogwarts you really can't see, but again, this is a bit more of a detailed than the actual pattern. Again, another lady on the Facebook group had she did a bit more detail, and I like that better than the original pattern. So yeah, but I have a long way for that to go. I have to do Hogwarts, then I think it's the Hogwarts Express, and then I have to do all the houses colours and my wand, and then do the frame for all the letters. And it starts, oops, January, but it doesn't matter. We'll get there. The good thing with the stitch alongs, they stay, nobody waits for you, all good. Oh, and I think that's it for now, I think, on my stitching. I have kitted up a few things though to get started for Halloween. I kitted up for Halloween and didn't get around to it. I don't think I can actually show you the picture. I'll do it quickly. No, I can't because it's done in half. But maybe just do this one. I'm going to do Gone Batty. And that's, who's that? That's with the needle and thread again. Yep, I think she's becoming one of my favourite designers. So that's kitted up. And I haven't got the name of that material there. Who's this one? Got this Prairie School I've just wrecked. What's one? So I've got Trick or Treat. So that's cute. So I've got that kitted up to do as well. And that's on that material anyway. It's nice. It's a even weave. It's a very like mottled grey, which I don't think you can see too well. So I've got that kitted up. I was going to do it this Halloween, but oops, it's gone. Halloween's finished. Yeah. Then another one that I got kitted. Is that new? What's that? Oh, jack-o'-lantern. That's all I got done. But this is Priscilla's. I wanted to just do the little truck. My husband, he collects cars. And I just thought he likes the little red pickup trucks. So I thought we'd do that as a little ornament or something. And that's from Hands On Design, Farm Fresh Eggs, from Priscilla Blaine and the Hands On Design lady. I must admit, I haven't got any of my haul with me this time. And plus, you know, you might as well show you the store. That's my haul. I just buy all the patterns that I like. I love all Priscilla's Chalkful series, the mason jars. I think they're so gorgeous. Haven't started any of those, but I have the patterns. What else have I got? I've got all the Plum Street Samplers stacks, sorry. So we've got the Tide Trio, which is the sloths, the pigs, the hens, the sheep, what else? The goats. So I really enjoy those. I'd love to have a little bowl with all of those. But yeah. I might just go grab my haul. Hi again, I just went and grabbed some of my stash. I was saying earlier that I wanted to, next year, in a couple of days, start doing one ornament a month to make sure that I have a bit of a stash. And I bought this one, Lizzie Kate. What one's this? Tiny Tidings. I just think her designs are so cute. Look at this little reindeer. Little elf, they're so cute. This one is Hand in Heart. for December. He's gorgeous too. I thought too, a lot of people have the months of the year. So from Hands On Design, I bought this one, what's it called? A Year of Celebrations. I just love that January, but in Australia, it's not snowing. So I think some of the months I'll have to swap around. I might swap around September. All our kids go back to school in January, where you guys or yours go back in September. So maybe I might just swap them around. I'll see. If not, I think they're quite cute. And another one that my friend Miss Chrissy bought for me is the Prairie School Christmas Tree Farm. Now, Erica D house, she had completed this and I just loved it. She's another lady that I watched the Flosstube too. She has really nice designs and I love the way she's doing her Farmhouse Christmas. And she also has Little House Needleworks, the Hometown Holiday series. And I saw today that they have out, I think it's Pop's gas station and the quilt store. So I bought those today, so they're on their way. Other than that, in 2020, I finished bobbing for pumpkins, which is with the needle and thread, and I love Halloween. We don't have it really big here, but I just love all the witches and that. So I love this October 31st. So I love how small her little waist is. Really love to get that going. And another one to match it is Witch's Night Out. That will give me 3 in that witch range, and I really like that. I think that would be pretty. So I think, ladies, that's about it for my first Flosstube. I hope to come back maybe every couple of weeks. I don't normally get to stitch. I try to stitch every night, but whether I really make progress or not depends on when I'll do the next floss stitch. Oh, before I go, I was going to, Chrissy and I are starting a stitch along next year, and if you'd like to join us, it's Jardin Privy, I think that's what you say. Just wait for it to come out, and of course it's not there. There it is. It's now it's just refreshed, but it's called Quaker de Noel. And it's gorgeous. So we'll start that stitch along. We've ordered our patterns and we've ordered our threads from somewhere in France, and it took me maybe half an hour today to try and work out how to navigate their site. I had my order on my phone and my Google Translate on my iPad on my lap. Once I got over the password error I kept getting, I got through. And it's beautiful hand-dyed threads, and it's a Christmas thread. It goes from red to green and back to red. It looks gorgeous. So hopefully that will be here in the next couple of weeks, and then we can get started on that. And I'll let you know what the hashtag will be on Facebook if you'd like to join Chrissy and I. I've noticed that my table keeps bumping. I think it's me. But anyway, so hopefully I'll get all that ironed out before the next Flosstube. But thanks for staying with me, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.